So today there was physics exam for ICSE board class 10. So I hope that you have given good, your exam has went very well. So let's discuss the solution today. So see our first MCQ question. So first question is, a body is acted upon two equal and opposite forces that are not along the same straight line. The body will remain stationary, have only rotational motion. C option is have only rectilinear motion, and D option is have both rectilinear and rotational motion. So what is it is asking in question? Suppose there is one body, and in that body suppose two forces, equal forces, suppose this one is 6 Newton and one more 6 Newton. Equal and opposite forces are acting, okay, but not along the same line. Same line means they are not in the same line, okay. Suppose this 6 Newton force will be here, suppose it will be here, then they are acting on the same line, but here it is said that they are not acting on the same line. So what will happen? See, these forces are at some distance. This one is called arm of force, okay. So it will produce which type of motion? Rotational motion, and it try to rotate the body. So the correct option is B, have only rotational. Now second question is, which among the following is a vector quantity? So as we know that here work is not a vector quantity, power is also not a vector quantity, energy is also not a vector quantity. So only option D is there, moment, okay. We know that for representing a moment we required both magnitude as well as direction, okay. So that's why it is called vector quantity, because we know that now for moment we are representing it with clockwise moment or anti-clockwise moment, so that's why it is a vector quantity. Okay, now in third question it is asking that what is the correct energy transformation during burning of candle, means while candle is burning, then what are the energy transformation which take place? So we know that in candle there is chemical energy, and that chemical energy is converting into heat plus light energy, okay. So correct option is what? C. Now fourth question is, in fourth question it is asking that when a ray of light passes from one optical medium to another, which of the following physical quantities do not change? So as we know that in refraction we have discussed that suppose any light ray is passing through any medium, okay, then which quantity is not going to change? See, lambda is going to change, velocity is also going to change, okay. Only there is one term, that one is frequency, okay. So frequency will remain constant, there is no change in frequency. So correct option is what? B. Now in fifth question it is asking that which one of the following combination is the correct ascending order of electromagnetic waves in term of wavelength, okay. So we know gamma rays has lowest wavelength, okay. Then X-ray is there, then UV rays is there, then visible light, okay, then infrared, IR, then microwave, then radio wave, okay. So this one is the order, increasing order of wavelength, okay. So here in question it is asking that ascending order, okay, wavelength, ascending order means from low to high we have to go, okay. So see, gamma rays then visible light, then microwave. So this will be correct option. Now let's see next question. That one is question number 6. In question number 6 it is saying that for a lever a graph is plotted with load on y-axis. So suppose this one is y-axis, so in y-axis it is representing load, okay, and in x-axis it is saying that we are representing effort, okay. So which of the following represent the slope of the graph? So slope of the graph means what? We know that slope of the graph means, suppose this one is line and suppose I have to find the slope of this line, so we have to, suppose this one is L and suppose this one is E, load and effort. So slope means what? Perpendicular by base, okay. So this one is our perpendicular and this one is our base. That one is the formula for slope. So slope is equal to L by E, and we know that L by E is what? Mechanical advantage. So it will give what? Mechanical advantage. Okay, let's see question number 7. So in question number 7 it is saying that for a real image found by convex lens, the ratio of I by O is 2 by 5. I by O, I ratio O is 2 by 5, where I is what? Height of image and O is what? Height of object, okay. So through this we can write like that also. I is 2 by 5 times height of object, or we can also write that I is equal to 0.4 times height of object, okay. So what we got? Height of image is 0.4 times height of object, okay. So it has come in 0.4, it is less than 1, okay. See what is the meaning of this? The height of इमेज, जो इमेज का हाइट है वो क्या है? लेस देन हाइट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट, मतलब मेरा जो ऑब्जेक्ट है उससे छोटा इमेज बन रहा है, ठीक है। सो छोटा इमेज कब बनता है? देयर इज़ टू कंडीशन, जब ऑब्जेक्ट इन्फिनिटी पे रखा होगा तब, या फिर बियॉन्ड 2f1 यहाँ पे कहीं रखा हुआ रहेगा, ओके। इन दैट केस दे आर फॉर्मिंग द इमेज विच इज़ less than height of object. Suppose we place it 2f1, then what will happen? We get the height of image is equal to height of object, so it should be beyond the 2f1, okay. An image will form at this position. So here the correct option is what? Beyond 2f. That one is correct option. Now come to question number 8. So in question number 8 it is saying that a ray of light is incident normally on a face of equilateral prism. The rays gets totally reflected at the second refracting surface. The total deviation produced in the path of ray is. So suppose there is equilateral prism. Equilateral prism, as we know that all angles should be equal, so it is 60 degree, 60 degree and 60 degree, okay. And one light ray is falling on this surface, one face of the equilateral prism, so it is 90 degree, so it is fall at 90 degree, so without refraction it will go to second reflecting surface. So here what will happen? Draw one normal here, okay. So this angle is 60 degree, this angle is 90 degree, so it will come how much? 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. Okay, so we have to find this angle, okay. So 30, so it will come how much? 60 degree, okay. So 60 degree means what? Here it has given critical angle is how much? 42 degree. So for this second refracting surface, the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So what will happen? There is total internal reflection. So light ray will come like this by making 60 degree. here also. Okay, so it is asking that the total deviation produced in the path of rays. So total deviation means 60 and 60, so it will come how much? 120. Now in question number 9, it is asking that in a closed circuit containing a bulb and a cell, the electromotive force epsilon and the terminal voltage V is related as. Okay, so here asking that what is the relation between terminal voltage and electromotive force. So as we know that terminal voltage is equal to EMF of battery minus potential drop. Okay, whatever maybe there is potential drop, so this one is the formula. So V terminal voltage will be equal to epsilon minus small v, that one is potential drop, or we can write that capital V is equal to epsilon minus I into R. Okay, where I is current and R is internal resistance of the cell. So here correct option is B. Now come to question number 10. In question number 10, it is saying that a metal piece of 5 gram has thermal capacity 2.5 joule per Kelvin. If the mass of the metal is triple, then its specific heat capacity will be. So first we have to find the specific heat capacity of this metal piece, because here they have given mass and they have given also thermal capacity. So we know that a specific heat capacity is equal to heat capacity of any object divided by mass. So here they have given heat capacity is 2.5 and mass is 5 joule per Kelvin per gram. Okay, so it will come how much? 1 by 2 joule per Kelvin per gram. So we can write 0.5 joule per Kelvin per gram. Okay, so this one is a specific heat capacity, and we know that a specific heat capacity doesn't depends on the mass of the body. So whether we will triple it or double it, the specific heat capacity it is not going to change. So correct option is D. Okay, now come to question number 11. In question number 11, there is assertion and reason type question. Okay, so in assertion A, it is saying that as the level of water in a tall measuring cylinder kept under running tap rises, the pitch of sound gradually increases. So what is saying that suppose there is long cylinder. Okay, in that cylinder suppose there is tap water which is continuously filling this cylinder. Okay, okay, so continuously the level of water is going to increase in this cylinder. Okay, so what will happen? This air column is going to decrease, this length L, that one is called what? Air column. Okay, जो खाली जगह है, that one is called what? Air column. Okay, so here a air column is decreasing, and we know that the frequency of is inversely proportional to length of air column. So as length of air column is going to decrease, so what will happen? Frequency is going to increase. Okay, so frequency increasing, that's why pitch is also going to increase. So in this case, both assertion and reason are correct, and they are correct explanation of A. Okay, so here the correct option is, the correct option, this one is not. Okay, both A and R are true, and R is correct explanation of A. So this option is correct. Okay, now come to question number 12. In question number 12, they have given two diagram Y and Z. There is two circuit Y and Z, and there is two resistance R1 and R2. R1 and R2, two resistance are connected in it. Okay, so in this it is asking that the first option is what? The both the R1 and R2 in series, both are in parallel. Okay, parallel in Y and series in Z, series in Y and parallel in Z. So which option is correct? We have to choose. Okay, so see, let's take Y circuit. So in Y circuit, mark here A, B. This one is our cell. Okay, so let's redraw this diagram. Okay, this point is A, this point is B. So through A, between A and B, this R1 is connected. So between A and B, R1 resistance is connected. Okay, and again between A and B point there is one more resistance. That one is what? R2. So this one is which connection? Parallel connection. Okay, so Y is Y. In Y circuit, R1 and R2 are connected in parallel. Now let's redraw this circuit Z. So again consider this one as A and this one as B, and redraw this circuit A, B. So between A and B there is resistance R1. So let's draw R1, and again between A and B there is one more resistance, that one is R2. So again this is also in parallel. So which option will be correct? B, parallel in both the circuit. Now come to question number 13. So in question number 13 it is saying that a radioactive element P, so there is one radioactive element P, emit one alpha particle. So it is going to emit one alpha particles, and it is transformed into Q. So suppose any radioactive elements emit alpha particles. So suppose it has atomic number Z and mass number A. So this atomic number is going to decrease by 2, and this mass number is going to decrease by 4. Okay, so actually in question it is asking that what will be the position of the element Q in the periodic table. So suppose this mass number has decreased by 2. So mass number has decreased by 2 means, suppose in periodic table this one is position of P in periodic table. Okay, and as we know that in periodic table every elements arranged according to their atomic number. So here atomic number has decreased by 2. So this one is P, and P has emitted alpha particles. Okay, and this Q has formed. So this Q should be like this, because the atomic number is less than 2. So Q is the element, okay, which has atomic number less than P. So it should be like that. So it is two groups to the left of P. So this option is correct. Okay, क्योंकि जो एटॉमिक नंबर है वो 2 से घट गया, 2 से घट गया मतलब 2 कॉलम, जो Q है वो 2 कॉलम पीछे रहेगा इससे. ठीक है, सो दिस वन इज करेक्ट ऑप्शन. Now question number 14. In question number 14 they have given one table. Okay, and in that table there is lead, aluminum, copper and iron, and they have given the specific heat capacity of this all material. Okay, so here it is asking that each of the substance given below is supplied with same amount of heat, means we are supplying same amount of heat in all these four material. So which one will attain highest temperature? So listen, the material which have low specific heat capacity is going to increase and going to increase more temperature. Okay, so here it has low specific heat capacity, this lead. Okay, so the correct option is lead. जिसका हीट कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा होगा उसमें टेम्परेचर बहुत धीरे धीरे राइज होगा, जैसे वाटर. वाटर वी आर यूजिंग एज ए कूलेंट ना. वाई? बिकॉज ये टेम्परेचर धीरे धीरे इंक्रीज होता है और टेम्परेचर धीरे धीरे लॉस भी करता है. मीन्स धीरे धीरे हीट लॉस करेगा. ठीक है, रेपिडली टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज नहीं होगा. ओके, नाउ इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 15 they have given this diagram. Okay, there is one copper ring and one magnet is coming towards this copper ring, and there is one observer, okay, who is seeing this phenomena. Okay, so question bola hai the following figure shows a small bar magnet falling freely through a copper ring. For the observer A, the direction of the induced current will be. Means, as we know that suppose there is relative motion between the magnet, then there is induction of current, okay, which is called what? Induced current, okay, in the copper coil. So through लेंस लॉ वी नो दैट जब कोई मैग्नेट को हम लोग कॉपर वायर की तरफ मूव कराएंगे, ठीक है, तो इसमें ऐसा करंट इंड्यूस्ड होगा जो कि इसको अपोज करे, इसका मोशन को क्या करेगा? अपोज करेगा. ओके, सो नॉर्थ पोल इज, suppose here north pole is going towards this copper wire. Okay, so this copper wire should also produce a magnetic field, okay, which is act as a north pole. So we know that through clockwise clock rule, north pole means what? It should be, the flow of current should be what? Anti-clockwise. Okay, then it is act as a north pole. Okay, and suppose south pole is coming towards this copper ring. Okay, then what will happen? It should act as a south pole to oppose the motion of this magnet. Okay, so at that time the flow of induced current should be what? Clockwise. Okay, so through this concept let's solve this question. Okay, so here see, this north pole is coming towards this copper ring, so this copper ring should be produced a induced current like that. This copper ring act as a north pole. Okay, so the flow of current should be what? Anti-clockwise. Okay, now in above, the north pole is coming towards this copper wire. Now in second, see that when it's come down to this copper ring, so what will happen? This south pole is going away from this copper ring, so again this copper ring has to oppose the motion of this magnet. So what will happen? When this magnet is below the copper ring, it should act as a north, it is act as a north pole. Okay, again it is act as a north pole to oppose the motion of this magnet, because suppose it will oppose north pole and here south pole, so it is going to attract this. Okay, so in both the cases there is that ring, copper ring should be, the induced current should be in what? Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so the correct option is what? B, anti-clockwise when magnet is above and below the ring. So that all the solution of this MCQ question. Okay, I will give the answer of the remaining parts in next video. Thank you.